This triple option has been Carson Newman's bread and butter for decades. In fact, we spoke to Mike Turner before this game, and he said back in the 80s, 1980 was the first year of the triple option, and here we go again! My gracious, it's worked now 3 times! Braxton Westfield left wide open for 6. 35 yards from Evans to Westfield, his second touchdown today.
And my goodness, Sam, once again, nobody really in the same vicinity as a receiver for the Eagles. And another easy score and another passing touchdown for Derek Evans.
Derek Evans has 4 touchdown passes in this game, and he's only completed 5 passes. So 4 of his 5 completions have been for touchdowns. That's absurd. Nate Kraft tacks on the extra points, the freshman from Salem, Virginia. Here's another look at the play action.
It's simple, just a play action option play, and he's streaking right down the middle of the field, get them linebackers to bite up, and he's going to be wide open.
I mean, watching that replay, you see Elijah Gilmore, Ced Jones, Gabe Price, they're all on that defensive pursuit, but this one's a little bit more surprising because Carson Newman's done it twice. I'm sure Wingate's coaching staff has preached that on the sidelines. How come they're not making that adjustment there?
Yeah, the Ced Jones, like you said, he was in at safety right there, so they're trying to change some things up, give some other people some opportunities, but it's just something that they can't figure out quite yet, and I'm sure at halftime Coach Jordan is going to be pretty fired up, and I'm sure he'll make the right adjustments for the Bulldogs.
28-20, Carson Newman projected to finish 3rd in the South Atlantic Conference. Wingate's projected 2nd. The Bulldogs coming off back-to-back playoff appearances for the first time ever. They are on the uphill climb in their program right now with what they've accomplished over the last 2-3 years. 18-6 in the last 2 years for the Bulldogs, as Raquan Simmons takes a knee. On the flip side, this Carson Newman team, I mean, they've been historically one of the best teams in the South Atlantic Conference with those 5 national titles, but they have all occurred prior to 1990.
Yeah, real historic program over there, and they have a lot of class. We got to chat with head coach Mike Turner earlier this week, and just a great guy, and they just have a lot of good values over there, and he said that Wingo will all those be well coached. Same thing that Coach Reich said about the Eagles. So a lot of similarities between both teams, Sam.
Yeah, both coaches basically had comments that mirrored each other when we spoke to him. As Galen Clark slips down, a loss of 2 on the first down play. We're inside 5 minutes until halftime.
Definitely a big possession here for the Bulldogs as we look at those video game number stats there for Derek Evans. 5 of 6, 257, and 4 touchdowns. My Lord.
Career high in yards for Evans already. We're not done with the half. Crocker lobs one near sideline. Raquan Simmons secures it at the 50, a gain of 26, and Simmons, boy, he got popped, and he's slow to get up right now.
He did, but he held on to that ball, Sam. That's very impressive from a young wide receiver. He's still down, though, on the sidelines.
That is always dangerous. You lob it up to a guy that's just 5'8". The secondary has time to converge, but how about Simmons here, able to hang on to this football?
Yeah, one-on-one coverage right there, like the matchup, and gave Simmons a chance. He held on to it.
You can see the frustration there. The safety, Jaquan Smith, slapping the grass. Right now, Simmons being attended to. Joe Reich in there, Lawrence Pittman. Wingate's already without Niger Peoples. He hasn't played this game. He will not play the rest of the game, out with a shoulder injury. Wingate's starting running back. You got B.J. Muckelveen, who went out on a punt return. It looked like it was a lower body injury, Wesley was saying when he went into the tent. There's Simmons. He is marching off into the cluster of Bulldogs.
And we're going to look at that one more time, and just a shot to the ribs right there. Maybe just got the breath knocked out of him, but he held on to it. And Coach Poole's got to love that from his young guy.
Without a doubt. If you know Coach Poole, you know his energy level is above 100%, 24/7, day and night. And his wide receivers have made some plays today. RJ Mobley, first career touchdown for the freshman. And how about 2 catches for Raquan Simmons for 39 yards. Simmons on the sideline, first down and 10 from the 50. Crocker on a play action, throws right through Daniel McRaney's hands. The fullback had an opportunity there. Rondro Peebles, the starting middle linebacker in coverage.
Yeah, Daniel McRaney's going to beat himself up over that one. Fullbacks don't get a lot of love, but he got some right there and couldn't capitalize. But I'm sure they'll come back to it. They had what they wanted right there. And Shaw delivered a nice ball, so I'm sure they'll come back to it, Sam.
Bruce Clark, first year as a tight end and fullbacks coach, loves the leadership Daniel McRaney provides, especially with blocking. He's very vocal when he's out there. Quiet guy off the field. Screen pass, Kalen Clark wasn't looking at it. And the play is ruled dead. It was a forward pass. Clark was looking at where he was running before the ball came there.
That's one of them right there. He's just got to get his head turned around a little bit quicker, and Shaw's got to bring that ball up. But once again, just trying to get the ball into the playmakers quickly in space, and brings up a big third down.
There's B.J. Muckelveen on the sidelines. He went out after getting clipped pretty hard on a punt return, shaking his head. He appears to be in a little bit of frustration. Third down and 10 for Wingate. Crocker throws a laser beam that's bobbled and nearly picked off and then caught by Jalen Brooks. Ultimately ruled incomplete. Brooks almost had it as it came down off of Darius Williams' arms. Here's another look at this.
Yeah, it was actually the route that I think Shaw Crocker thought he was going to run in the red zone a few drives ago. And Bernard Scott making a nice play for the Eagles right there. Just jumped that route, and Brooks couldn't get in front of him. And thankfully, not a turnover there for the Bulldogs.
Ethan Evans. Solid punt. That is juggled, and the ball's on the grass. It's picked up by Wingate. Noah Marsh, the redshirt junior, on special teams with some lunch money. Heath.
Special teams explosive right there. Coach Joe Rice going to love that for the Bulldogs. And once again, great field position on another fumble from the Eagles. Bulldogs going to look to capitalize quickly here, Sam.
It bounced off of Desmond Farrell, and Noah Marsh, the linebacker on special teams, pounced on that pigskin. So yes, 3 turnovers for Carson Newman. Don McNeil slingshots ahead inside the 15. And Wingate looking to put a stamp to the end of this first half. Down 28-20, 10-yard run for McNeil.
Once again, McNeil just being patient right there, waiting on his hole to open up, and then as soon as it does, he puts that foot in the ground and gets north and south. And first and goal for the Bulldogs.
Carson Newman has coughed up the football 3 times, twice on offense, once on special teams. Crocker play action. High towards Jalen Brooks, who comes up with a football somehow, some way. Oh, he climbs the ladder for a 10-yard touchdown.